Here are 4 simple website updates that will increase your online donations. Obviously, for most fundraising, we want to do it face-to-face, in person. We get larger gifts, we get longer lasting relationships, but we still want to have a decent enough online presence that people can find us. It's kind of like a lead magnet in sales, or a way for people to discover our nonprofit. Or maybe even they hear about our organization and the first place they go is obviously going to be the website. So we want to have a lot of compelling information, a lot of easy optimizations. So today we're going to kind of walk through 4 updates, changes, things that you can add that will help increase the volume of traffic to your donation page and then conversions to your donation page. Now, we could talk about this for several hours, but what we're going to go over today are really simple, easy ones that you can implement quickly just to get you 80–90% of the way there. Update number 1, if you don't already have this, I would start here. State your mission, big, bold, and center, right in the middle of your homepage. The first thing people see when they log on to the very first page of your site should be exactly what you do for the world or for the population that you serve. We're actually going to look at a couple of big charities who do this really well. Because big charities rely so much on online donations, we can take some great lessons from what they do and apply that to our smaller community nonprofits as well. So most of us have heard of St. Jude's Children's Hospital, obviously a very prominent charity, especially in the US. But if you go to their homepage, right at the top it says, "Finding Cures, Saving Children." Now, they've rebranded a few times. They mix up the homepage, the look, the style quite a bit. Even since we wrote our most recent blog on this, they've changed their branding a little bit. But what is consistent is Finding Cures, Saving Children. 4 words, very simple, very powerful. I could have never heard of St. Jude's before, and I look at this and I immediately know what they do and why. So if you don't state exactly what you do, what is your primary mission right off the bat, that's such an easy optimization that you can start with. And again, if your mission feels a little bit complex, see how few words you can distill it down so that people can look at your website and understand this. Again, this feels simple, but there are so many, especially local kind of grassroots type nonprofits. It's like, oh, we serve this population. Serve is pretty broad. I don't know what serve means. I mean, yes, we serve the homeless. Does that mean shelter? Does it mean food? Does it mean resources? If so, be specific and say those things, but I should be able to go from having never heard of you all the way to seeing what problem you solve for the world just by 3-second glance at your homepage. Website update number 2. Make sure your donate button is easy to find and on almost every single page. The most popular place for this is the top right. A lot of charities, especially at the top level, will make it big and red or make the text red or extremely prominent so that no matter what page you're on, no matter at what point you are excited about giving or thinking about supporting that charity, there's a one-click button. Now, the next piece to this is not just have that donate button exist, but as soon as you click on it, it immediately goes to the credit card screen. There may be some more information about what to support and why, but what we're doing is trying to remove as much friction and as many barriers as possible from the time that someone says, yes, I'd like to make a donation, they click, and they're immediately able to enter their credit card information. On top of that, list places to mail a check, some other giving options. So if someone's like, well, I don't really want to give via credit card, a lot of people, that is the preferred method these days. But if they don't want to do that, we want to make sure to have some kind of other options for them. But that donate button should be pretty consistent page to page and should always go directly to that credit card screen. Again, just as few steps as possible. As soon as someone's excited about supporting you, don't make them jump through any more hoops. You want to convert right then and there. A great example of this, American Cancer Society website. They do a nice job, a big old donate button with a heart on it. You click on that heart and it immediately drops you to that page. It says, donate today, help us end cancer as we know it for everyone. What a powerful statement. And then you have all the options. I want to dedicate my donation. I'll cover the processing fee. All this stuff is here. I've got my credit card information, PayPal, Visa, Google Pay, Apple Pay, all the different options, Venmo even. They've made it extremely frictionless to go from, I am convinced I want to support your charity, right to here's the amount of money that I choose to donate. So make sure that donate button is prominent, and no matter where you are on your website, I can access it with just one click. Hey, thanks for checking out our video. If you're getting value out of this but would like something more personalized, you can book 30 minutes with one of our experts to see if you qualify for our support services. Link below in the description. Website update number 3. you want to prominently share both stories and data. Now we're going to look back at the American Cancer Society page just to give you a good example of this. Again, big national brand. They do a lot of different work based on funding that they get online. I think their average donation size is pretty low compared to, I think, some even community nonprofits. I think it's like around $20 or just over $20 per donation. So they're really focusing on this like website traffic. Obviously they get a lot of traffic every day, but they want their website to be super optimized to bring in donations and to convert donations using their webpage. So if you scroll down a little bit, you can see overall impact of the American Cancer Society. They have 152 million lives touched, 5 billion invested in research since 1946, all these different stats. Those are wonderful things to have. If you're like, well, I don't help 150 million people, or I don't have 5 billion, totally fine. Whoever you do help or whoever you have that you can talk about in some level of data and statistics, impact stories, impact statistics, you want to include it there. The other piece is, of course, story. If you scroll down a little bit further, you see that they have survivor journeys. These are little video vignettes or short little video stories for each of these people who are breast cancer survivors or colon and kidney cancer survivors. So instead of talking about here's 5,000 people that we helped with their cancer journey, it's here's Cheryl. And Cheryl's a real person and she's got a family just like you do. And here's how we were able to help Cheryl from point A to point B. So even if you say, we haven't had a lot of people yet, or we haven't helped a lot of people, we're just getting our funding off the ground. If you've helped even one person, put their story online, especially if you can get permission to use their name and all that. You don't have to share all their details, but if you're able to get some level of connection with the people who are on your site to the people that you're helping, and this kind of human to human piece, so much more likely to convert. Now, hopefully, once they click through and they watch that story, or even just read about it, say you don't have the ability to produce a video about it, totally fine. Text works just as well, but you still want some sort of a donate now or a call to action conversion at the end of that. So hopefully they see the video, they read the text, they feel emotionally compelled to help, and then we funnel them right to the credit card screen. But if you don't have any kind of stories or any kind of impact data on your homepage, not even just kind of housed or hidden in your website, but if I land on your homepage and I scroll down, I should see your mission, I should see the donate button, I go down a little bit further, and there's kind of the social proof piece. Here's who we help, here's how we help them, here's some stories of people that were like this, but after our services or our mission or the thing that we do, they're now like this. All right, the fourth and final website optimization for you today, super easy thing that you can do to make sure you're increasing traffic across the board, is to have some sort of call to action at the bottom of every single page. And yes, I do mean every single page. This feels like a lot, but as much as we can, we want to kind of control the journey that people take on our webpage. This is a good marketing and sales tactic, but it also is a good way to kind of push people to the bottom of your funnel for donations as well. So no matter what page they land on, they see some information, they click through, they get some more info, they should then be prompted to do something. We have lots of different examples. It could be, we want you to give. We want you to set up a one-time donation or a recurring donation. We want you to help us fundraise. You can fundraise on our behalf. You can volunteer with us. We can have you volunteer for our mission directly. Whatever that thing that you're trying to get from people, and it may be a combination of all these things. A lot of nonprofits want all of these things in some form or fashion. Have opportunities. You don't have to list them all at once. But let's look back at St. Jude here. If I were to scroll down to the bottom of this first page, I have all kinds of options. I can look for jobs, I can explore the city, I can look at the hospital itself, I can learn more. No matter what I click on, it takes me somewhere else in the website. Let's click on learn more just to see where it takes us. So you click on learn more, and there's videos, there's stories, and along the way, they're always prompting you to, oh, not an online community member? You can register. That's one of their CTAs, register to be a community member. Oh, you want to give? Here's a button that you can click to give. You want to learn more about this? Here's this. So no matter what happens at the bottom of every page, there's some sort of prompt like, hey, if you like this, you should now do this. So we're, as much as we can, kind of guiding people towards this. And if your goal is just money, if your goal is just philanthropic revenue right now, maybe at the bottom of most or all of your pages, there's that prompt to donate. Want to support us? Click here, and that goes right to the donate page. Or want to support us, click here, and it goes to a video talking about the project or the campaign that you're working on. You have lots of options, but what you want to avoid, the only thing that is not an option, is at the bottom of the page having nothing, where they get to the bottom and they feel like they've reached the end. There should always be the next step should be pretty prominent and obvious. So you can actually do this for yourself. You can test. You can go to your own website and just click through each page, or just pick a random page, go to the bottom of the page and say, okay, I finished this page. What is it wanting me to do? Is it just contact info, which might be fine. It might be fine just to list your stuff. We want people to reach out to us. That's the first step. But if that's not what you're wanting people to do, maybe put one line of text with a link in between those just to get them redirected. Or hear more stories here. So even if it's not, we want you to give or donate or do something, we want you to learn more and get more deeply entrenched with our mission and how we're trying to solve our problem that we've identified for the world. So hopefully those updates were helpful. Give them a try. They really don't cost much, if anything. You should be able to, especially if you're on a platform like Wix or Squarespace, update that pretty quickly and have it in place where you can start seeing conversions. And you can track the data. Pretty exciting. Like after you've set one or all of these up, go on and look at your monthly donations and hopefully see that uptick. So as you're getting traffic, you're not only making that traffic stay on your website longer, but then also hopefully convert it to donations, volunteers, all the things you want. So give it a shot and get out there and raise more money. Is your nonprofit struggling to reach its fundraising goals? You can chat with one of our experts live for free at pridephilanthropy.com or by clicking the link in the video description.